Hello everyone and welcome back to Hutan Pantai. I am here at the canning factory and I just wanted to take a minute for map appreciation and how far Farming Simulator has come. Just look at this view. Isn't this gorgeous? It was a little bit mistier a few minutes back. But I still had some things running and I couldn't start recording, but yeah. And while I was walking this pontoon, or pier, if you want to say it like that, I did come across a collectible. Now, I'm not sure if you have seen them already, but yeah, they are interesting. I haven't picked it up, so this is gonna be a first for me and for anyone watching that didn't pick up any collectible. Look at that sky. Very beautiful. So yeah, the collectible is over here. It looks like a leaf in amber. Farmball. So this is a mythical Farmball, and it looks like there are 25 hidden around the map. Interesting. Okay, yeah. Time to skip the night and we'll see you soon. Okay, so at this very moment, the construction on temple is still ongoing. They still have some materials to churn through, so yeah. I want to check real quick if there is any new buildings or anything new popped up. Doesn't really look like it is. Maybe up here on top. Oh, look. Hey, hey. Come on, why can't I pick it up? Wait, does it need to be... Does it need to be fully completed before I can pick it up? Okay, this might be the case, so I'm not gonna waste too much time here. But yeah, it looks like that this piece is starting to get built. And what I was checking also is my sawmill. If I come over here, we are basically out of wood. So material is missing. But on the other hand, we have quite a lot of things here to put away. We have a lot of planks, logs, wood beams and short planks, and of course wood chips. So I've been talking about getting a wood chip heating plant, and this just might be the perfect place to build one. So let's go ahead and construct it. This is a setting point biomass heating plant, yeah. So this one takes straw and it takes... Let's have it on this side. It's gonna cost us 36,000, but I think it's gonna be quite worth it. Okay. So let me get into my trusty forklift. And let's start selling some wood chips. Okay. So let's see how much we get for 1,000 liters of wood chips. 1,500. Okay. Let me check the price actually for wood chips. So animal dealer biomass. Okay, so actually there is no big difference in price. I was kind of expecting if we would have a biomass heating plant that we would have a better price, but it looks like this doesn't work that way. Which is fine. It's just a thing to keep in mind when you're building stuff and doing construction and, you know, trying new things. But on the other hand, this is something that is very close to our production point, so it's yeah, it's quite fine this way. Come on. Oh, right. I should reverse if I want to go backwards, shouldn't I? Okay, I'm going to take some time to rearrange the pallets to keep our stock somewhere well out of the way, and then I think I'm gonna have to do some more woodworking. Okay, so it turns out that owning a sawmill, it turns farming simulator into forklift simulator. Oh man. Anyway, this went fairly well, except one pallet I turned over and I tried to turn it back over again with the forklift, but all I did was just I've got it upside down and I don't know how to pick it up now. I think it's, yeah, it's too heavy for picking up by hand. Oh. Certified forklift driver. Mr. Paso at your service. Oh man. Okay, so that's basically all the materials we have at the moment. So in order to speed up my sawmill production, I will go and buy a winch, because then I can simply take a tree down, maybe take a few trees down and load and pull them all up to the trigger here. That is way faster than the loading on the, you know, cutting it up and loading on the trailer. I could maybe go and lease another machine for forestry. So there are harvesters. You can take this one cuts up to 2 trees at a time, and you can take them up to wherever you are working on. It doesn't strip the trees of branches or anything like that. You simply transport them to a specific location and drop them on the floor. So this is one thing I could have. The Komatsu is also another thing that I could have. This one actually strips and cuts trees into usable logs. So what's the Hannibal? I am not exactly sure. This is more. This is huge. Yeah, and it also costs big money. Forwarders are basically pullers, so you can transport trees with them. So you have a crane, you grab a tree that's already on the floor and you pull it to a desired location, and you can use Ponzi or something like that to take trees out. Excavators, I haven't used them before. I have seen other people use them. There is one streamer, Mr. CLP. He was using them quite a lot, I think, and yeah, they work exceptionally well. And transport, no chips, no miscellaneous. Yeah, this is another machine. This one I think is used to grab multiple cut logs and load them onto a trailer, or trailer like this one, for example. So the grab goes here. So we have few trees of this length, and then the grab goes here, so it drops another batch of trees, or maybe something like this. But the cheapest thing I can get is, what is this? I know. This is probably similar to this. These are actually like some kind of a crane or no, a cable car thing. But yeah, this winch looks like a very tempting idea. I think I'm gonna go this route. We have tried the crane and the trailer, and I think it works good, but it's a slow way to do things. So for now I'm going to park the trailer somewhere out of the way, and here seems to be quite a decent spot. And now I have to make my way back to the store. Beautiful. I'm still not sure what happened with that collectible up that temple, but I'm guessing it must be that we have to wait until the temple is built. I don't know any other. Oh, this is a fast tractor, 53. Nice. Yeah. Okay, made it to the store. Now let's get that winch. Buy it. Or do I go with something a bit more fancy? Indecisiveness. Okay, if I want to lease this is okay. 15 grand. No. Now I know why. Anyway, this one is going to be fine. We can buy it. We have plenty of money, and we have ways of making more. If you take account, you know what I want? I want another front weight just to keep my wheels on the ground. Which tire do we have? Any? Eddie Winker, 1,250. So let's go with tire, 1 ton weight. It's gonna be easier to keep the wheels on the ground if we are struggling up any hills. Keep forgetting I don't yet have manual attach. Okay, perfect. We are now well equipped to refill our... Ooh, no, don't stop. You see nothing. Nothing. Anyway, we are now well equipped to restock our sawmill. faster than we were able to do it before, so yeah. Because I do want to have time to spend for other things also, you know, not just spending it in the woods and around the sawmill. Okay, so yeah, there's one more thing I want to say, and if you have any desires or wishes or maybe wants of what I should do next, you can leave a comment. I record an episode every other day, so even if I miss your comment, it might get noticed until the next episode after, so second after. But yeah, let me know if there is anything particular you want to see. Maybe some animal work, maybe some grass work. I'm not sure, you know. I leave that up to you. But right now I am just playing out things in a way that helps us build the monument. Because these building projects were actually introduced in Silver Run Forest in FS22, where you could build what's it called, a roller coaster. That was fun, and it took a lot of time and a lot of resources and all that, but yeah, it was quite fun, and you could actually take a ride on that roller coaster after you were done building it. But yeah, so if you have any interest, and if you want to know, if you want to see some part of the map, please let me know. We are in this together. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna take a tree, maybe 2 down, and then try to pull them up. I don't want to overload the tractor, even though this is quite a powerful tractor. Okay, so there was one comment in under one of my videos in another series that debranching trees is hard to do. So the easiest way I found to do this is you start your chainsaw so that it's running, and then you walk beside the tree, and it basically takes care of all the branches. See? You can continue running, you don't need to stop like I'm stopping. And so I think that's a good way to do it. It's fast, it's thorough, it doesn't really leave many branches behind. Maybe a branch here or there, but that's no problem. So again, start the chainsaw looking away from the tree, because if you start it looking at the tree, you're gonna start cutting into the log. Right. Now let me take the winch and bring the first tree closer. Excuse me, I forgot which key is for pulling a winch in. Okay. And let's pull this tree in. So this winch system was also introduced in Silver Run Forest in FS22, and I think it's an amazing piece of kit. Very useful for logging and stuff like that, because previously you basically had no good way to bring a log out of the woods. Let's see if we can pull both. Okay, yeah, we can. Okay, and this winch blade is also very useful because you can use it as a push blade. So, for example, if I want to align these trees, I take the blade down and simply push the logs in the desired direction. Okay, and that's 2 trees already here. So if you remember how long it took me to get 2 trees out of the woods with a crane grab, it was quite a lot lengthier process. Okay, well, I'm gonna do 6 trees and then I'm gonna tag back in to show you how we process it into the mill. Okay, so I managed to get 3 trees. Let me see if I can couple them all together. Yeah, I can. Awesome. You know what, I should probably... let's try it this way. Okay, the tractor is feeling the weight. Just to be clear, one of them is a dead tree. This one on the right. And they are quite a lot lighter than the regular trees. The living trees that have moisture in them. Okay, so just to remember, to refresh a bit, we have no wood in our sawmill. What happens when we put 5 trees into the sawmill? One of them is a dead tree, so let's say 4.5 trees. One of them is pretty long. Yeah, this one is very long, actually. Okay, let's say that it's in the trigger. So material is missing to 14,000. Okay, not much at all. And because we are deforesting this place quite heavily, I do believe I'm gonna have to go and plant some trees fairly soon, because we're gonna run out of materials otherwise. But anyway, this is done. I will take a minute and check if I can do anything else today. Okay, so because I want to explore the new FS as thoroughly as possible, I will take some time here and there to talk with one of our people here, the NPCs. So let's take some time to take with... He's Ben, worker B, yeah.
Stuck? Been there.
Okay, I need help with crops. And I do want to learn about rice.
Here's the thing. Rice is not necessarily rice. There are 2 different types. Long grain rice and what we just call rice around here. They need different water levels, machines to sow and harvest, and seeds, of course. Long grain rice isn't sown in water like other rice. The rice paddy for long grain rice gets flooded after the sowing, not before.
Okay, that was interesting information. I didn't know about that. So it looks like we need different machines and different seeds. That makes sense, but machines, I thought it was all in one category. What do I need for rice?
Rice is planted in water of an already flooded rice paddy. That's a special type of field deepened to allow for water retention. That's why you need open space on your land first and foremost. You need a tractor, a cultivator, a special rice planter, a special harvester, and a trailer. Since the rice planter will take care of fertilization, you don't need an additional fertilizer spreader like with other crops.
Okay, and what do I need for long grain rice?
First, you require a rice paddy. That's a field deepened for water retention. You better have some open space available on your land. You need a cultivator to prepare the ground and a seeder to sow long grain rice. Use a fertilizer spreader to improve the yield with fertilizer and lime. To harvest long grain rice, you need a harvester and a fitting header. You can use the same header that is used for grains. Finally, you need a trailer to transport and sell the harvested long grain rice.
Interesting. So how is rice done step by step?
Check the crop calendar and appropriate time frame for planting and harvesting before you start. Step 1 to grow rice is placing rice paddies. That's a construction similar to grapevines and olive groves. You need to place and shape a paddy on your land. Step 2 is planting the rice. Here's the fun part. Before sowing, you need to fill your field with water. Keep it up to 60% full for plants to grow. To fill your paddy with water, simply interact with the water pump next to your rice field. Step 3 is planting the rice. By the way, you can grow your very own rice saplings in a specialized greenhouse. To keep it simple right now, you can just buy them. Fill your planter with saplings and fertilizer. Yes, planting and fertilizing happens at the same time. Nice. Plant row after row. Step 4 is managing the water level. You need to maintain different water levels at different growth stages. You can raise or lower the water level. The pump will automatically provide the correct amount of water. Just check your water pump daily to maintain the proper level, or you will lose seedlings and yield. On to step 5. Once the plant is ready to harvest, just head over to your harvester and hop in. Drive to one corner of your paddy and start harvesting one row after another. When the tank of the harvester is full, drive it up to your trailer, facing it rearward since it unloads in the back. Press the button to start overloading until the trailer is full. Step 6, profit. At least, if you sell it right away. You can decide to process it further at select production plants. Or, store it until you get better prices from selling points. Prices fluctuate. But we're not done yet. To cultivate another batch of rice, apply lime to the field and cultivate the paddy with a cultivator. Lime is only required after a couple harvests. Check the field info if required. That's it. Enjoy some rice.
Okay, good, because I have already cultivated all the rice paddies and I haven't put lime in. But I did check a few episodes ago and there is no need for lime just yet. Okay, and what about long grain rice?
Check the crop calendar and appropriate time frame for planting and harvesting before you start. Step 1 for long grain rice is placing the rice paddies. That's a construction, similar to grapevines and olive groves. You need to place and shape a paddy.
Okay, so
on
that's
your
basically
land.
the same as rice.
A new paddy is already limed and cultivated, so you don't need to do this right now. Step 2 is sowing. With long grain rice, you don't need any water to sow your plant just yet. Just fill your seeder with seeds and start sowing one row after another until the whole paddy is covered. Step 3 is fertilizing. Hook up your fertilizer spreader to your tractor and start spreading the fertilizer onto your rice paddy. Unlike other crops, long grain rice only needs to be fertilized once. Would be hard to do after the next step, anyway.
Okay.
Step 4 is to flood the field. After that, you need to maintain different water levels at different growth stages. Simply interact with the water pump. you can raise or lower the water level. Don't worry, the pump will only allow just the right amount of water. Just check your water pump daily to maintain the proper level. If you don't, you will lose some of your rice saplings. Step 5 is the harvest, but make sure you pump out remaining water first.
Okay.
Take the harvester, attach the header, and harvest row after row. To unload the harvester when the tank is full.
Okay, so this is basically
Step
the
6
same.
is the preparation for the next cycle if you want to grow long grain rice again. Turn the field white by applying lime if required. Then cultivate. That'll mix the soil and the lime. Lime is only required after a couple harvests. Check the field info if it is required this time. Ready to grow some rice, kid?
Yeah, I am. Okay, so we're gonna tackle some other crops next time.
Need more information?
I need help with field working. No, actually, I don't. Okay, thank you, Uncle Ben. Okay, so I guess I need some information on help. What the levels are. The crops. No, this is greenery. No. Yield boost. Rice. Okay, so with this variety, the rice field has to be much higher yield to plant. Okay. The rice field has to be planted when you plant the green rice sprout. When growing rice, it's important to note that the field may only remain flooded for a certain period of time. If the water remains in the field for too long, a number of rice plants will die. For 2 more months, okay. So it has to be dry for the 3rd growth stage. As soon as the rice has been harvested, you will need the IC key. Okay, good. So how do I manage the pump? Oh yeah, and I want to sell this cultivator here. Interact R. Okay, so we can only flood and we can only empty. There is no in between. Because maybe the water level drops over time and you need to reflood it every month. Okay, I'm looking forward to this. And we already have quite a stock of rice saplings. And we have plenty of water still in the greenhouse. And so we're gonna have a lot of... So this is what, 24 pieces? Nah, this is not 24 pieces. This is only 24 pieces. This is more. I don't accept your number, sir. Anyway, yeah, let's check our other productions, and I think this will be it for this episode. So, rice, we are still milling it. We have just under 3,000. The best price to sell rice flour, which we are milling right now, is in January. So next month, after one sleep, we are gonna be able to sell the rice, and I don't think it's gonna be milled up completely, so that's okay. Then we have greenhouse for rice saplings. Is it maybe stopped production because the output is full? As you can see, here are, well, basically 12,000, 6,000 liter of space in the greenhouse if we have a full outgoing trough. So I might 1 liter. Because it takes only it has only 500 liter. I might take away a few saplings and just stack them on over here. This is quite a bit unrealistic that these rice saplings just sit here for months and stay green. not very realistic. Oh yeah, and I have put the honey spawn place over there in front of that shed, which I was looking at getting it replaced with something else, with a barn of some sort that we can actually use, because this is purely decorational. But the barn with the roof and doors would be a lot more useful. Oh. Oh no. Hmm. Oh no. I think my tool went deeper on the ground. There's too much panic in this town. I'm going deeper on the ground too. Okay, so how do I reset? Has to be a pallet fork. Okay, there it is. I'll put pallet fork. How do I reset it? Cell, view on map. Previous menu, next menu. View it on map. Okay, so this is how you reset a vehicle. Anything else? You happy now? Okay, so I'm here at the vehicle shop trying to recollect my front loader fork. And I took this with me because I am trying to sell it. So this is going to be a perfect time. Let's repaint, repair, and sell. So 2,800, that was a really worthless piece of machine. Why was it so low? Is it actually the price? Oh, 10,000. It must have been old. So I think I'm gonna use maybe something like this. This one needs 200 horsepower, so that's a nope. But yeah, something like this might be a lot better fit for my farm. But not today. Today I came here to get my pallet fork that went deeper underground than it should. Okay, I also want to say this, that I was a bit frustrated with the bumpiness of the roads when I first loaded FS25, but now I think it's fairly accurate, you know. If you see tractors running down the roads, they don't have suspension built for comfort, you know. Their suspension is built for heavy duty work, for carrying heavy loads, for going over rough terrain, and yeah, it's a very bumpy ride. So if you don't believe me, go check some videos on YouTube how bumpy the ride on a field can be and on the road. So thankfully these tractors are equipped with air suspension seats, which help. I mean, that does help with your cushioning the bumps, so the forces don't translate into your spine, because that would destroy your spine over years of work. But as you can see, we are basically hovering because there's an air cushion underneath the seat. You can set it to your weight, so it's stiff enough and soft enough, and that's very good. I had that on one of my vans and it was beautiful. The only problem I had with it is that I set it for too low, that I was lighter than I actually was, because it was really nice and bouncy. But then I hit a really big pothole once, and yeah, I got nailed down. That was very, very unpleasant. Okay, so it really does have 24 saplings in one pallet. So how often do you need to load this thing? And if it has 24 saplings in a pallet with 500-liter capacity, I might not need to do this. But hey, we're doing it now, so. Because I'm not sure if this counts. This probably counts pieces of saplings, not liters. And I'm not exactly sure how many liters this is. Because the most universal measurement in FS25 was liters, or volume. Which makes sense, you know, because each field type has a different weight. And if everything would be regulated through weight, then it would be a whole mess and very hard to do. But it's regulated through liters, so that makes it that everything is even. Because 1 liter of pellets and 1 liter of steel take the same amount of space, believe it or not. Okay, I'm gonna clear off this output trough, and this will conclude the episode. We'll continue next time. I will probably skip a day, so we'll be in January already, where it will be time to start selling our rice flour. Yeah, excuse my voice. Anyway, have fun, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.